Ladies and gentlemen, India has made history by winning not just one but two gold medals in Budapest. The bright minds have won in both the men's and women's categories at the 45th Chess Olympiad, and it is India's revered grandmaster who has played a key role in shaping some of these bright minds, and needless to say, it's the Anand effect. It's been called the Anand effect that is shaping India's golden chess generation. I am being joined by Vishwanathan Anand for a very, very quick chat. He's someone who, for an entire generation, is the face of Indian chess. Vishwanathan Anand, thank you very much for joining us here on Mirror Now. Would you say there's something about Budapest and Indian sport? The city, it seems, is lucky for Indian sport. I mean, in 2023, you had Neeraj Chopra winning a gold at the World Athletic Championship, and now you, of course, have the chess team scripting its very own fairy tale in 2024 in Budapest.
Yes, very much. In fact, the Indian embassy, the Indian ambassador invited us over to celebrate. And he mentioned the same thing. He said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm a very lucky person for Indian sport. Yes, it's a nice coincidence that 1 year later we have this remarkable result for chess there. And of course, it's a historic performance. I think there are certainly only 4 or 5 teams which have won so dominantly. And in the history of the Olympiad, and a sensational win by the women's team as well. I think comparable to the best Georgian women's dominance.
Vishy, the ghost of 2 years ago at Mahabalipuram, would you say that has been completely buried with this performance? This performance was unblemished. It was flawless. This was pure dominance. There was no doubt in the team.
Totally. For the men, I think they blew it out of the water. I mean, such dominance, as I said, I can only think of 1 or 2 teams in the past. And for the women, it's the way it happened. They went through all the difficult moments again. They were the lead. Then they fell behind. But they kept fighting, they kept scoring, and boom, the other teams got the results we wanted, and India managed to win. So for both of them, I think this was a sense of getting that chip off your shoulder.
Vishy, this is the golden generation of Indian chess. But what has gotten everyone talking is the fact that this is a very, very young team. I believe 6 out of 10 are under the age of 23.
Exactly. It's a very young team. And that's the beauty, isn't it? What we can now look forward to is India doing this in the next 4 or 5 Olympiads. And potentially both amongst the men and women. That's a very rare scenario for a country. And so I think if you're a chess fan, this is a great time to be a chess fan of the Indian team.
Vishy, of course, this is a golden moment for Indian chess. But before that moment came a long journey, sometimes disappointing, sometimes successful, and it culminates into this moment.
First of all, they are all very talented, but they also have excellent coaches, family members with the right values. They have taken the right values, the right sporting attitudes, the right way to behave, to approach, and they show it. All of them showed amazing character, perseverance, in all the good senses of these words. They work hard, they fight hard, and I think that explains a lot of their success. Their attitude is a very, very big part of it. And it clearly comes from their coaches, from their surroundings, and I think they've taken the best of that.
Vishy, can I ask you, what was the most standout moment for you in this entire Olympiad?
I think with the men, I would say the fact that having won the Olympiad, they still played the last round with all the hunger of playing the first round. And for the women, the performance of the last 2 days, just those clutch moments, because it was not assured. At some point, there was a 3-way tie, and then Kazakhstan pulled half point ahead. Well, 1 point, but it's a scoring method. but then they overhauled them and came back, and some great performances there as well. So, uh, this is a great team. They grab their chance and they don't let go.
Rishi, at one point, the Soviet Union was the nerve center that dominated the game. Then, of course, you had the emergence and rise of Eastern Europe. Would you say now it is India and possibly Central Asia that has become the nerve center of chess?
Certainly. I mean, Uzbekistan is an outstanding prospect. Kazakhstan has potential. India and China. Um, but at the moment, India has the youngest, freshest team. So the Americans have been there for a while. The Chinese have been there for a while. But you can see that for them, it was difficult to get the same momentum as this Indian team. No doubt that can happen for them as well. New talents will always emerge. But right now, we have this perfect scenario where the Indian team is unbelievably strong and unbelievably hungry. And that's a beautiful combination to have.
Vishwanathan Anand, thank you so much for your time.